Hello, so today I'm going to discuss some science-based facts on science-based facts concept in news which was in recently. So first is Ortec energy. First is Ortec energy. So what is the Ortec energy? First of all, Ministry of Earth Science laid the foundation of Ortec, first Ortec power desalination project, that is in Lakshadweep, Kavarati. Okay, that is in Lakshadweep, Kavarati, and Ortec is a process can produce electricity by using the temperature difference between deep cold ocean water and warm ocean like surface water. So Ortec plant pump large quantity of deep cold sea water and surface sea water to run power cycle and produce electricity. It is a farm power 24 cross 7, a clean energy source, environmentally sustainable, and providing massive level energy. So cold water as a byproduct and air conditioning and refrigerator, extremely rich in nutrients, deep ocean water. So another byproduct is fresh water distilled from the sea. So there is the supply of water will be air conditioning or refrigeration will be there, and cold water as a byproduct will be there, and extremely rich in nutrient that will be. So that is the about Ortec. Next is the Higgs boson. Higgs boson is about the Large Hadron Collider. Large Hadron Collider, that is in CERN. So European Organization (EU) for the nuclear research have recently observed Higgs boson decaying into more fundamental particle as bottom quark. So the Higgs boson elementary particle in the standard model of physics, and Higgs boson in the associated with the Higgs field and responsible for the giving mass to the other fundamental particles also. So it's a very massive compared to other particles, so it does not very long, but it is a fundamental to give the mass to the other particles. That's why it's important. And boson are one of the two fundamental classes is fermion, and boson are responsible for the four fundamental nature also. It is boson known as photon, W, Z boson, and gluon. And Large Hadron Collider is powerful particle collider and largest single machine in the world, that is European Organization (EU) and CERN is working on that. And there's a different kind of theories also, and there's a standard model also. There is theory describing three of four non-fundamental forces like electromagnetic force, weak force, and strong force. Okay, these three forces are in that, so not including the gravitational force, that is excluding. So gravity is the most accurately described by the general theory of relativity. So gravitation is attraction between objects due to their masses, and weak forces governed by particle decay, and electromagnetism governed by act between electrically charged particle, and strong nuclear forces bind quark together. Okay, so four forces they describe. One is gravitational force, second is weak force, third is electromagnetic force, four is strong nuclear force. Gravitational force is for the attraction, weak force for the decay of particle, electromagnetic force the electrical charge, and strong force bind quark. Okay, so strength is like gravitational force is the weakest force, and weak force is strongest, then the gravitational force, electromagnetic force the strongest, highly strongest, and strong force is also the highly strongest force. Okay, and the range is infinity for the gravitational force, and weak force there is a short range, and for electromagnetic also the infinite, and strong force also the short range force. So these can become in the prelims, so we should have normal idea about that. Now next is prototype fast breeder reactor. Prototype fast breeder reactor, that was in news. It is prototype fast breeder reactor Kallapakam and Tamil Nadu. And it's expected to achieve criticality in 2019. So 2019 was the line. Breeder reactor is nuclear reactor that generate more fissile material than its consume. It generates more fissile material. Okay, and mixed oxide plus plutonium 239 and uranium 238. Two things are there as a byproduct, and plutonium 239 undergo fission and uranium 238 as for the mixed fuel, additional plutonium 239 as a fissile. So fast breeder reactor is a crucial in the second phase of Indian three-phase nuclear program and is designed indigenously by Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research. Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, and pool type reactor with sodium and coolant. There is the sodium plus coolants are there. Okay, and Bharatiya Nabikya Vidyut Nigam Limited Bhavini. So which organization is there? That is Bhavini. Okay, we should have idea about the Bhavini. So Bhavini is the designing this and located in Kallapakkam, and wholly owned enterprises of Government of India and Department of Atomic Energy responsible of constructing fast breeder reactor. Okay, so that is the important thing. There is a natural uranium and it will go in the fast breeder reactor, then electricity will be produced, and plutonium and uranium both are used in that, and 500 gigawatt is the capacity, and fueled by mix of plutonium and natural uranium also, and mix the thorium and uranium in the last stage. So there will be a three stage. First stage in which they are using plutonium, in second they will use the mixture of plutonium and uranium, and third they will use the uranium and thorium. So Tarapur atomic station, that is also known. Okay, now next question is gene drive. So what is gene drive? Recently experiment showed that gene drive technique could be used to wipe out malaria carrying mosquito. Malaria carrying mosquitoes are there. So this is because of the gene driving is using propagated a particular suite of genes throughout the population of a species, mean of genetically modified specific population and entire species. So that is endonuclease gene drive. It cut in the pieces, then it will repair again, then gene drive, then wild type. This will be like a sexually reproducing organism usually has a 50% chance of inheriting the specific genotype from one person to another, and gene drive can be biased the inheritance pattern to increase nearly 100%, ensuring chances of all descendant possess a genotype. Okay, so proportion of organism with the genotype increase until it can be found in the entire population, and this enable artificially created genotype to be propagated within a specific for specific purpose, and affect only sexually reproductive species excluding the virus and bacteria. So gene drive will affect only the sexually reproducing species. Okay, it will affect only the sexually reproducing species excluding the virus and bacteria. Next one is blood moon. What is the blood moon? The country longest total lunar eclipse is 1 hour and 43 minutes. Okay, and took place along with a phenomena known as blood moon. So lunar eclipse take place, moon passes directly behind earth and into the shadow also. So there is the earth, there is the moon, and that is passing through like this. Okay, so this whole portion will be there, umbro we can say, and plumbro. So this will be the umbro and this will be the plumbro. Okay, this will be the plumbro. So lunar eclipse are this can occur only when sun, earth and moon are in align. All are aligned. Then it will be occurred, that is known as Sijigi. Okay, Sijigi exactly or very closely so with the planet in between. So hence a lunar eclipse can occur only a night of full moon. If there is a full moon of the night. Then the lunar eclipse will be occurring. The moon turn into red color. In this situation, blood moon, the moon will be in the red color, and height of the eclipse as some light does reach it even though moon is in the shadow of the earth, and fine particle in the atmosphere scatter and blue component of the solar spectrum and reaches us longer wavelength, and there will be a red light of longer wavelength, and this is known as the blood moon. Okay, supermoon is the full moon is at the closest point of elliptical orbit of earth, so it is known as perigee. So full moon is on the, like, super moon I am talking about. Super moon is on the perigee, and the moon is the closest point of the elliptical orbit, that is known as the super moon. And blue moon, next is blue moon. Blue moon is the additional full moon that appear in a month of common calendar. So it additional full moon is known as the blue moon, and phrase that is in the month of common calendar, and actual color is the blue, and we can't determine even. So rare blue moon event was experienced on large part of the globe on 31 January 2018, and it was a rare movement of blue moon, a super moon, and the total lunar eclipse fell on same day. So that is the definition of full moon, blood moon, and blue moon. Okay, the super moon will be the closest to the earth moon, that will be the super moon. It is known as perigee. Blue moon is the additional full moon which is in the month, any month, and it is in a actual color of moon. And the red moon will be the moon passes directly behind the earth and into the shadow, so that is known as the red moon. And lunar eclipse also. So lunar eclipse is there occur only night of the full moon, so that is the full moon. And blood moon is in the red in the color, and it is a particle atmosphere scatter the blue component of the solar spectrum and what reaches as longer wavelength of red light, that's why it's known as the blood moon. So this is the whole phenomena about that. Now is the dark matter and dark energy. What is the dark matter and what is the dark energy? The visible universe is made up of proton, neutron, and electrons, and bundle of together of atoms. So, however, scientists have discovered that this ordinary or baryonic matter make us less than 5% of mass of the universe. So 5% of the mass of the universe is what? Proton, neutron, and electron is baryonic material, and the rest of the universe is with the invisible substance that is known as dark matter. So 25% of the dark matters are there, and force that repels gravity is not dark energy. If dark matters are repelling the gravity, that is known as the dark energy, and that is the total 70% of that. So dark matter is the hypothetical form of matter that is thought to account for approximately 85% of matter in the universe and about a quarter of its total energy density. So the name dark matter refers to the does not appear to interact with observable electromagnetic radiation. This is not interacting with what? Electromagnetic radiation. That's why it's known as the dark matter. Okay. And but scientists are confident in exists because gravitational effect is appeared to have on galaxy and galaxy clusters. So dark energy in an unknown form of energy with hypothesized to permeate all of the space, tending to accelerate the expansion of the universe. It contributes the 68% of the total energy, and Einstein was the first person to suggest idea about the repulsive forces and counteract gravity, keeping the universe from collapsing of itself. Okay, that is about. Now the graphene. Next topic is graphene. What is the graphene? A group of researchers in the India have developed a new technique which promise to help produce high value graphene. Okay, so it is a dry cell batteries. They are using in dry cell batteries. So this is graphene is the crystalline allotype of carbon with two dimension. Carbon in two dimension is what known as graphene. Crystalline allotrope is that. And graphene has many uncommon properties, like it is strongest material, it conduct heat and electricity, it is nearly transparent. First of all, it is strongest, it is transparent, and it's conduct the heat and electricity also. Okay, so application of graphenes are making solar cells, light emitting diode, solar cell, light emitting diode, and panels, smart windows. Graphene supercapacitor is also there. It is faster charging and longer lifespan in that. And since graphene is made up of graphite, that's why it's expensive and significant for environmental impact also. Now artificial rain. Artificial rain. What is artificial rain? Central Pollution Control Board suggesting the trying cloud seeding, that is known as artificial, to control the air pollution in Delhi. So it is artificially including the increasing precipitation like clouds and adding external agents. So what they are using, dry ice, okay, plus the carbon dioxide, plus silver iodine, plus salt powder, plus liquid propane. So we should have idea about carbon monoxide, sorry, carbon dioxide, dry ice, solid carbon dioxide, solid iodide, salt powder, and liquid propane. So the process of spraying chemical is known as cloud seeding. What they known as cloud seeding. Okay, this is cloud seeding. And apart from this, increasing precipitation, artificial rain is also used for suppression of hail and fog. So it will help to suppress the hail and fog also. Okay, next is sunspot. Sunspot. What is the sunspot? Sunspot are temporary phenomena on the sun photosphere that appear visible as dark spot compared to the surrounding. It is the dark compared to the surrounding, and it is become many times bigger than the earth as sunspot region travels across the solar disk from east to west. East to west it travels, and sunspot appear dark to us because they are cooler than the surrounding area. It is the cooler than the surrounding area also. And sun, unlike earth and inner planet, does not rotate in the one piece since it is a ball continuing circling hot gases. So the interior and exterior of the sun rotate separately. Okay, so that's why it is a cooler, and outside rotate more quickly and at the equator that at the solar north and south pole. Okay, those region push back the hot gases beneath and prevent the heat from rising directly to the surface. So there in the sunspot two parts. One is the umbra. Umbra is the dark part, and second is the penumbra. Penumbra is the light part. Okay, so sunspot are a common sight on the sun during the year around the solar maximum. So period of greatest solar activity in the solar cycle of sun help predict space weather and condition of short waves, radio propagation, and satellite communication. Next question is about a supermassive black hole. Supermassive black hole. So fast moving jet of material ejected when supermassive black hole drive apart a star. So larger type of black hole on the order of hundred of thousand of billion of solar masses are there. So supermassive black hole is the largest type of black hole. It is the largest type of black hole on the order to hundred of thousand to billion of solar masses. That's why it's known as the supermassive black hole. They are thought to exist center of most large galaxy. It is in the center of large galaxies, and including the center of our galaxy like Milky Way, Sagittarius A. Okay, what is the tidal disruption event? Star gets sufficiently close to the supermassive black hole and event horizon. It is pulled apart by the black hole tidal forces. So that is a tidal disruption events. When supermassive black hole event horizons are there and is pulled apart by the black hole's tidal forces, that is star gets sufficiently close to the black holes. So that is the tidal disruption events, and the tidal force is an apparent force for the stretch a body towards away from the center of mass another body due to the gradient in the gravitational force, known as tidal disruption event also. So what is the event horizon of the black hole? So nothing that enter a black hole can get out or can be observed from outside the event horizon. At the event horizon, the escape velocity is equal to the speed of the light. Okay, so what is the event horizon? There will be the escape velocity. Escape velocity will be the event equal to the speed of the light, and since nothing can travel faster than the speed of the light, nothing inside the event horizon can even cross the boundary and escape beyond it, including light. Okay, so that all about the some parts of science and technology. Next is the quasar. So what is the quasars? Quasars are recently discovered by spacecraft. By Vice spacecraft, it is generated quasar in an extremely luminous active galactic nucleus. What is it? Is extremely luminous and galactic nucleus. Galactic nucleus. It is a galactic nucleus and supermassive black hole. At the heart of most galaxy, there are a supermassive black hole billion times more massive than the sun. So, in the intense gravity, matter falls toward the black hole at high speed, crashing towards and heating up to the million of degree, causing the material to shine. Incredible brilliance is there. And galaxy that contain their type luminous black hole fueled structure known the quasar. So this is the galaxies which is types of the luminous structures, and black hole fueled structure is there, that is known as quasar. Okay, so Vice spacecraft is NASA's spacecraft of Vice, Wide Area Infrared Survey Explorer in the NASA Infrared Wavelength Astronomical Space Telescope launched in 2009. What is the name? Infrared Wavelength Astronomical Space Telescope. Okay, so this was all about the science and technology.